Something on the grill sometime this weekend, just because it is Memorial Day. I want to thank Dale for bringing in flowers on the piano for Memorial Day.
We had a little Canadian flag, but I couldn't find it, so please imagine that there's a Canadian flag there too, as we remember Victoria Day, Memory Day, and our dear Canadian members.
On the altar, there's also some crabapple blossoms from my mother's tree out in front of her house. And if you look very carefully, there's a small forget-me-not that Christoph picked on his way to the service, and it is in the front part of the bouquet.
It's from the church garden.
From the church garden, yeah.
The music selected for today's service honors the creative genius of Sun Ra, keyboardist, band leader, and cosmic visionary who recorded over 125 albums during his lifespan. His birthday was earlier this week, and if he were still on the planet, he would be 111 years old this week. Or for those of you who like numbers, that's 111. According to Wikipedia, Herman Poole Blunt was born on May 22nd, 1914 in Birmingham, Alabama. In 1937, while in college, he had an outer-body, off-planet experience that transformed his life. From that point on, he identified as a cosmic communicator bringing the Creator's message of love to noble earthlings through music and performance. In 1952, he officially changed his name to Sun Ra, after the Egyptian sun god, for reasons both heliocentric and mundane. And as you may have surmised, Sun Ra was his stage name and also the legal name that appeared on his passport when traveling. In explaining the legal rigmarole, he joked that Jesus Christ should have registered himself with the authorities, then he wouldn't have had so much trouble. Our prelude this morning, Smile, comes from his 1984 album, Celestial Love. Everything going on in the world right now, this classic song is a good reminder of how to approach the challenges as they come. The lyric in the song, smile, and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. The music was originally written by Charlie Chaplin, appearing in the closing scene of his film Modern Life. Lyrics were later added by John Turner and Jeremy Parsons, and Nat King Cole recorded the first version of Smile with lyric in 1954. In this version, Sun Ra is on piano, vocals by June Tyson, John Gilmore on tenor saxophone.
Though your heart is aching, smile. blackness, hide every trace of sadness, although our dear may be ever so near. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile once, no use of crying. You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile.
In this moment of centering silence, let us find our breath and find our center. Breathe and feel your point of reference as yourself. Breathe again and let us relax into this space and time, listening to the singing. Try to light our chalice today. Stephen, would you assist us this morning? If you would be so kind. We'd like the chalice today for the positive message of God's love and the affirmation that each of us are included in the master plan of the universe. With each breath, we are a marvel to behold. With each smile, we radiate the energy of the cosmos. With each brain wave, the intelligence of organized particles takes shape. Breathe, smile, and open your mind to a new experience. So today, it's a continuation of our theme, the science of religion and our UU shared values, part 13, as we're winding down. Opening words this morning come from an ebook that I wrote a couple of years ago titled Ping Pong Zen. And this is an excerpt from a section on realization or attainment, which is today's topic on transformation. It's titled, Wake Up, or The Splash Story. It was a rainy day, and I needed to stop at our local Martin's and pick something up before I headed home. I have my window rolled down, and I'm waiting at the intersection for the traffic light to turn. I turn my head to the left to see how many cars are in the Martin's parking lot. And just as I do, a car drives by and splashes water through my driver's side window. And the water hits me directly in the face. It felt like someone had tossed a bucket of water at me. I never saw it coming, and when it hit me, Square in the face, I was instantly wide awake. Whatever I've been thinking about a moment before, what am I going to buy at Martin's? How much money do I have in my bank account? Are the Red Sox playing today? All of that was replaced by the here and now of the big splash. And it was the wetness of the splash I remember most. I was drenched. Realization is often described as being wide awake. It may be hard to describe what it's like, but you know it when you are. To be spiritually asleep or unconscious is characterized by confusion, distraction, frustration, suffering, and arrogance, and is usually driven by a maladjusted ego self. To wake up is to be clear, alert, alive, and attentive to what is. The ego self doesn't get in the way as much. But as you probably noticed, it's difficult to maintain this awake state. We keep nodding off again and again. I suspect that you're so used to thinking all the time, or what we call being in your head, that it's somewhat difficult to stop doing it. This is where we spend most of our time, in a conceptual, comparative, and analytical realm where we are evaluating and processing everything. This is the world of form, duality, of good and bad, up and down. What we are. So, what is this? Paul Tillich calls it in the perennial philosophy the ground of being. It is immaterial. You can't put your finger on it. It's spaceless, non-local. You can't say where it is. It's timeless. It's creative potential. It just is. It's an energy information field of creative potential that's characterized by luminosity and light. So you can't exactly say what it is, but you can experience it. You can feel it. This energy field is everywhere. There's no way of avoiding it. It is the in-between space of everything. It is the in-between space of every molecular particle. It's a life force that animates living and non-living things alike. It's a self-organizing intelligence that informs all things and tends to greater complexity and variation. It intricately coordinates everything in an interrelated and corresponding manner. It is in everything and is everything, and it is in you. It is the ground of our being and is the ground of everything in the realm of form. So even though we are immersed in this energy information field, we may not be aware of it, and we may not feel it. Again, we are so in our thinking head that we do not feel the life system around us and in us. Awareness is your entry point into the ground of being. It's the direct experience of whatever is going on. This energy information field is felt as aliveness, as being awake. It contains qualities of light, love, and virtue. Our ground of being is our core identity. And to recognize your ground of being means that you realize your connection to Source, the same Source that everything and everyone arises from. You are complete, you lack nothing, you have everything you need, and you are perfect just as you are. The universe is a great unity, and you are a part of that balanced system of oneness. And awareness is our ground of being. Ever-present awareness, consciousness, is a timeless, spaceless, formless energy that permeates the universe, and we are it. It can be felt in our body, it activates our mind, it moves through us like a breeze moves across the waters. We can wake up right now. Hymn number 298 is called Wake Now My Senses. Number 298. And you'll notice there are 2 extra verses on the side, 4 and 5 in small print. And we're going to sing all 5. And let us stand as you are able. You'll find our reading this morning in your bulletin. And it comes from our book, Love at the Center. It's a prayer written by Connie Goodred, who's on UUA staff. And how we're going to do this is line by line alternating. You'll notice it's bold, then italicized. And we're going to go back and forth until we complete the reading. The last line is in unison. May we in times of despair find hope.
May we in times of chaos find clarity.
May we in times of hatred find love.
May we in times of fear find joy.
Choosing joy is an act of loving defiance.
Choosing love is an act of loving defiance.
Choosing clarity is an act of loving defiance.
Choosing hope is
an act of loving defiance.
May we know the love that holds and surrounds us.
May we know that we are part of that greater love.
May we never succumb to divisions meant to isolate us, oppress us, and leave us hopeless.
May we always draw the circle ever wider. May it be so.
Continuing our theme on waking up, there's a song today for the offertory by Sun Ra and his orchestra, along with the Cosmic Rays, who are doing the background vocals on this. I'll reach the bit of a lyric. Dreaming, here I am dreaming again. Dreaming, I'm in a deep dream again. Sleeping, still sleeping. It's time for me to wake up. For no matter how I dream, it always makes me cry. If you live in this time, you know what I mean. For we live in a world where things aren't like they seem. Dreaming, still dreaming. For no matter how I dream, it always makes me cry. So, Mac.
An IOU?
Supposed to put them up.
Okay, feels better. Fairly.
It always makes me cry. You live in fables and you know what I mean. For that is the world where things aren't what they seem. Never do man. Oh, no matter how much it always makes me cry. It always makes me cry. You live in fables and you know what I mean. For that is a world where things aren't what they seem. Oh, no matter how I feel, it always makes me cry. Dreaming, here I am dreaming again. Dreaming, I'm in a deep dream again. Sleeping, it's time for me to go. Oh, no matter how I dream, it always makes me cry.
Dale and Ira are back again this week. Don Williams song.
Okay, you're it. Lord, I hope this day is good. I'm feeling empty and misunderstood. I should be thankful, Lord, I know I should. But Lord, I hope this day is good.
better from last week. Well, we'll just do one more. Thanks, Ira.
Sure.
So yes, we are winding down our year-long study on a topic on science, religion, and our UU shared values. Congratulations, you have made it this far. Of course, a topic like this doesn't really ever end. We'll keep exploring and working on aspects of it in some way, in some form, for days and months to come. But this is a marker of accomplishment. Next week we have Pride Sunday with Mary Alice and friends leading service, and then Flower Communion and the welcoming of new members, plus a summer party barbecue at Randy and Ira's, and then we'll shift into our summer schedule of various and sundry topics. So what I'd like to do today is comment on the UU shared value of transformation, which we already did a couple of weeks ago on Easter Sunday, and then conclude with some summary observations on the theme. First, a couple of quotations from Lemony Snicket, one of my favorite literary sources, on the difficulty of making significant changes, the ways we avoid it, and the necessity of finding a way to do so, of making significant changes. People aren't either wicked or noble. They're like chef's salads, with good things and bad things chopped and mixed together in a vinaigrette of confusion and conflict. Siblings that say they never fight are most definitely hiding something. Morning is an important time of day because how you spend your morning can often tell you what kind of a day you are going to have. And if we wait until we're ready, we'll be waiting for the rest of our lives. I remember meeting a man who once told me, "I've always wanted to be a saint." I made note of his bold comment because no one had ever told me that then or since. I've always wanted to be a saint. He grew up in the Catholic Church, served as an altar boy, and then completed 1 year in seminary playing the organ and singing in the men's choir. He eventually left the seminary, became an English professor, and wrote poetry. He and his wife became members here of UU Houlton, and we became close friends and collaborators. Yet even with his best intent and his numerous positive attributes, he struggled to make progress or make the changes required to experience transformation in a way that was noticeable. A problematic ego, constant self-referential limitations kept getting in the way. In spite of that, I remain optimistic because the innate potential was right there all the time. Yogananda commented on one of his students who was dedicated to the cause but struggled with his practice. He said, "I cannot be displeased with him, although he makes many mistakes. His heart yearns for God. If he would only allow, I would assist him quickly to the divine nonetheless. In time he will get there. He is a Cadillac stuck in the mud." And Yogananda would say, if you could just invert your own gaze to the interior of yourself, you will see that you are carrying in your heart, in your interior, a portable paradise. A paradise that's just waiting to open its doors for us to walk into and to live in that manner. The first part of this talk on transformation was on Easter Sunday, when I talked about my road trip to Stacyville and went to Terrio's Flies, Rock, and Gem Shop. Randy and Ira introduced me to the shop last fall when I met Alvin Terrio, the owner. On my first trip, I purchased 2 rocks, a black tourmaline and a pink tourmaline, both from Black Mountain in western Maine. They are the two rocks and crystals I spoke about in the first part of the talk, and they are once again on the altar today. Pink tourmaline and black. On my second trip, most recently, a couple of weeks ago, I purchased 2 more, and they are also on the altar today. A lapis lazuli, dark blue, and then I picked up a clear quartz crystal as well. There's a story on how I found these. I had lost a quartz crystal that I had, and I had two rocks that I was shopping for on my shopping list. I spent probably 2 hours at Terrio's walking through his 4 main compartments or large rooms in the store. I already had several pieces in my shopping cart, and I found a clear piece of quartz. But I wasn't really sold on it. I didn't have that feeling that I wasn't excited about this piece of quartz. So when Heidi Carroll was here a few weeks ago, she talked about listening to your inner voice, or that suggestion. So in the store, I was trying that out. And this inner suggestion said, you need to go down this aisle I've already been down twice, 2 times before. Go down 1 more time. And when I did, I saw that piece of quartz, which was 4 times the size, but not 4 times the price of the original piece that I'd already found. And I put that quartz, back on the shelf, and then I had the same suggestion of going to the front room to do 1 final scan, and its suggestion said, turn around and look. And when I did, scanning in the corner, I saw the piece of blue lapis sitting there, which was not on my shopping list. And when I caught my eye, and I picked it up, and I said, this is it. I didn't even go back in the shop to compare the other lapis that were there that I'd seen earlier. I knew this was it. I returned everything I had in my shopping cart back on the shelf to get these 2 pieces, and I checked out. When I started this quest a year and a half ago on rock crystals, I'd always had this pull, or the lapis lazuli had caught my eye. But I never thought I would purchase one until that day at Terrio's. About a week later, I did find the piece of quartz that I had misplaced around the house. I knew that would happen, and here it is. I'm going to pass this around. So now I have both pieces of quartz. And I'm using this in this year-long study on the science of religion, of working with rock and crystals. And in your bulletin today, you'll see this chart. We've been using this energy center model of frequency and vibration to explore our interaction in the world, in our own bodies, in our own spiritual practices. So you'll notice the energy centers go from E1 to E8. And in this practice, I've been using pieces on the altar today. I'm going to guide through this. We're going to have 4 steps to transformation. And the first step, I've been using the black tourmaline, which is ground to your center when I'm practicing with these. And this would be the E 1, 2, and 3. The second step to transformation was open your heart. And this is where I use the pink tourmaline. And also, there's a piece of a rose quartz next to it as part of the E4 of his practice of opening your heart. Now, the third step to transformation is open your mind. And this is where the two pieces that I picked up at Terrio's come in, of the lapis and the crystal. I'm looking at the E5, 6, 7, and 8 are part of this, the third step and fourth steps to transformation. Ira, if you would come down, we'll just do a little demonstration here on frequency. This is one of the quartz bowls that Randy and Ira have, and this would be the violet or E7 frequency. And so the practice is more than an attunement of trying to come to match the same frequency of, in this case, a quartz bowl or a frequency of a rock or a crystal, and feeling that alignment or the attunement. So, and to focus one's awareness or concentration on, in this case, the sound. So if Ira, we're going to take a and it's just tuning in, listening, and feeling. Part of our study this year really focuses on love at the center, and having conversations about it, experiences, research, and these practices with the rock crystal for me has been a way to explore the frequency and the sensation of what that feels like in my own body, of love itself. Vibratory. Last week, Randy talked about the dark places and the places of light. How do we handle when we feel pulled towards the tension and the darkness. And she explained part of your technique of how you move to the light and what that feels like. So for me, this is what I've been doing this year. It takes me to that place of release of stress, feeling support or connection to the universe itself, other people, and it's a type of buoyancy or support that is under me and holding me in these very difficult challenges or times that we find ourselves in. With attainment, it's not something actually you attain, since it's something you have all along. You simply realize that you are already it, and then working on expressing that in a more and more consistent and expanding manner of those qualities of compassion, patience. It's essentially, it's the way of love. In everything you do, love is at the center. Love is the focus. Love is the motivation. Love is the means and the way. You can't go too far wrong if love is at the center. It's a summary and conclusion of the science of religion and our UU shared values. It's love. Love and then love again. Even as we extinguish the chalice and as we leave this place, we carry the light within us, a luminous sense of being that is our truest nature. Be love and compassion in this world. Amen.
We want to thank everybody for tuning in today. If you'd like to show your support, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel if you're not already subscribed, and help us out by sharing this message by clicking the share button. If you'd like to make a monetary donation to UU Church Houlton, there is a link to our online donations in the video description down below. And again, thank you so much and have a blessed day.